Alright, round 2, and it comes up to Lawbringer. As no surprise, you guys voted for this, and it basically just beats Scent by a mile. Quick reminder to a lot of you, these are meant to be jokes, right? Jokes for fun and not to be taken literally. If I make fun of your favorite helmet and you don't like that, I'm not making fun of you specifically. Please keep that in mind. Nevertheless, I hope you guys do enjoy the video. It did take me a while to make, but that's because I'm back to work and March break is over, so the videos are going to take a bit longer to come out. I hope you guys enjoy this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, well, let's get through the obvious one first. You were scrolling through YouTube one day and saw this cool fighting game about knights, samurais, and Vikings. You saw a massive chat and full art named Lawbringer and said, wow, that's really fucking cool. I was this person. So you're the new player. And then there's the other people. You know your group. You love to cosplay Holden Cross. You curse Ubisoft every day for never giving Lawbringer those lion arms Holden Cross out in the campaign. You could just play Griffin with the ornament, but it's just not the same. You're just kind of also a new player, and sadly this is going to be the thing said about a lot of these helmets at the lower reps. You just unlocked this helmet for the first time and said, yeah, that's not default, I guess. This will do. Or you found that it looks pretty similar to the bug masks in Hollow Knight, so you just kind of built your Lawbringer completely around it. This is one of these helmets that really suck early, but has way better variants going up the rarity tree. If you use this helmet, you think bronze is a good armor color material, and you mean, yeah, it's okay. This helmet gives me Executioner vibes, so these guys probably run dry blood and put blood patterns on all your armor. Look, man, I'm really grasping at straws here. Nobody uses this helmet. It's a piece of garbage past rep 1. The early game Crusader helmet for Lawbringer. It's got the cuts that make it look like crosses, so these guys just slap on some crosses of their own and blast Sabathon. You know the song I'm talking about. These guys love to swing heavies. Probably revenge feeders who don't really care about optimal play. They just kind of care about getting big executions to their massive Crusader playlist. You grew up with John DeLiner on YouTube, and you love him as a model, like how I do with Havoc. You rock the John DeLiner Lawbringer every single day. You mostly run Black Iron with some spiky ornament and a full gold weapon. You mostly just sit there and try to light parry a lot. Not gonna lie, you're kind of boring, but I don't really expect much from the hero. They literally built him around parrying. No, like, seriously, do I need to get my eyes checked, or does just nobody run this helmet? Seriously. Alright, let's try anyway. You've just hit rep 1, you spent a lot of steel on scavenger crates trying to get that tormented Arbiter helmet. After 8 boxes, you didn't get the helmet, and this was the highest gear score helmet you have, so you put it on to increase your gear score to play higher levels of arcade. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. This was Lawbringer's first new variant, and this is the worst one in the bunch by far. But for up 1 to 2, it's really not bad. You just finished repping up Warden, and you love the gold trim on the armor. You see that Lawbringer has gold trim armor at rep 1, and it had you pretty happy. You rock the full set combined, and instead of running copper, you run default armor color. I would put these guys in the category of hit them with heavies, ask questions later. Light attacks aren't really an option because you just got a new Lawbringer execution, and you really want to see it over and over and over again. This is kind of a long stretch, but you gotta hear me out here. You love Demon Souls. You use this helmet because it's the closest thing to the Tower Knight. You love silver armor material, and Winterwoods is your go-to color pattern. Not that you actually really use paint patterns to begin with. To complete the cosplay, you love running Harsh Judgment, Juggernaut, Protect the Revive, and Regenerate. Just to kind of feels like the tanky Souls boss you always wanted to be. Yeah, you play Jax from League of Legends. I mean, come on. Yeah, I know. I used this joke in the last one. But, like, can you say, oh, you can't use jokes, when the joke is just staring right down at me? See, this is what I'm talking about. where the Isocres has just better variants. Although this helmet isn't fantastic, you still do like it. That, or you haven't gotten lucky enough to get the Steel Watcher helm, because it's just an upgrade to this one. I see this run mostly, again, on low rep, like rep 3 Lawbringers, usually just using any new armor they just got. They don't like bronze, but they like it more than default. And if you have this guy in your team, you just kind of forget he exists. He's somewhere in mid killing minions, or on a point by himself dying alone. Alright, this is the direct upgrade from the Darosh. This helmet is his best helmet for reps 3 to 4, but the thing is that makes this helmet way better than the others before is that people after rep 4 actually still use it. This helmet is normally combined with the silver and spiked blade ornaments, or if you're the veteran Lawbringer, you pair this with the ranked ornament. This ornament works on almost all of his helmets, but this one just kind of fits very perfectly. This guy likes to play support Lawbringer, so he runs Protected Revive and Rising Dawn. He also catches crutches on Impale Execution for fast health in team fights. You're not real. Why and what drew you to this helmet? You have spikes randomly coming out of your head, and your head is the shape of a fucking oval. The holes in the helmet aren't even symmetrical. God, looking at this helmet just pisses me off. Okay, enough shit talk. You probably love black iron or silver, and extremely spiky armor to turn yourself into the Thorn armor from Dark Souls. I mean, that's literally it. That's the only use I see this helmet and armor with. I've seen a lot of people copy the same type of fashion with this helmet, and it's good looking, but again, it's just kind of overused with the same combination. You run the ranked ornament to flex, and you use blue and black color patterns. Not to look, you know, but because altogether it's a solid combo. I'm pretty sure this came from the old Winter Tommy, or as the OG players remember him as Mr. Suicide Lawbringer. But come on, man, do something cool with it. What? But who? What? What is this thing, man? Seriously, if someone comments and goes, "Well, actually, that's my favorite helmet," how, bro? You look like the Scream. No, not the horror movie character, the fucking painting. You mostly play Bombbringer and run some atrocious armor color that you say is off meta, but good looking. Every time I see this helmet, it just looks like he's screaming. Okay, this is one of Lawbringer's war pigs. If you need a quick lesson on war pigs, it just means that people who run this helmet think they're way better than everyone else, but in reality they're pretty bad. Black iron, rocking the full armor set, and a black and gold weapon. You have something probably resorting to skulls on the cape, and you use the regal death ornament. These guys call themselves bomb bringers, but in reality they just bring the 4th tier bomb feat, and that's really it. They don't commit to the bit at all. God, I want to say it. I want to say it. I want to say the word. Read the name of the helmet. Anyway, this helmet just kind of reminds me of Lord of the Rings. I mean, I could swear there were orcs in the Shadow of War game that had this exact same helmet. You probably tried your hardest to turn into that orc, but it was near impossible. You hate the top part of the helmet, so you use a giant ornament to hide the acne outbreak on the top of your head. These guys do love bombs, but can't figure out how to throw them properly, so they just kind of do most damage of friendly fire. See, this kind of gives me deep sea diver vibes. So the two things I could really correlate this to is you tried to make some deep sea diver Lawbringer, or you tried to be really creative and make a big daddy like one of the deltas from BioShock. And good on you! Bronze, copper, or blue is your go-to material, and you keep it plain. No patterns, no colors, no ornament, no nothing. You're just plain and simple. And it reflects into your gameplay too. Very plain and simple. Okay, if anyone can actually say this properly on the first try, I'll kiss you. This helmet just looks crispy, and not like the crispy good fashion, like a crispy piece of bacon. You probably played a lot of Black Ops 2 and bought the bacon camo. If you run this helmet, you run the whole set because it's the only armor set that actually has copper armor trim and just doesn't fit any of the gold trimmed armor. The helmet barely works with any materials other than copper, red, and torchlight. Playstyle, I mean, I feel like you definitely love Bash because it's the same color as your trim on the helmet. but you keep forgetting that Lawbringer Bash isn't good. So you keep going and going and going, and then you get punished and punished and punished, and that's it. That's your day of the game over. I'm not gonna bother. There's so many better helmets than this at this rarity. This helmet has never once been used, and I've never seen it in my life. Next. See, this helmet's not as good if it weren't for these nice eye holes. This makes the helmet really stand out, and that's why you run it. You only walk forwards, locking eyes to eyes with people with this helmet, and you make sure they can never run away from you. One light parry, and it's basically over for the other person you're fighting. Since the helmet has so many spikes on it, you try to find some shoulders with just as amount of spikes, just to make it look symmetrical, because you like balance. Okay, now we're getting into the juicy ones. This person runs all in any armor material that fits. The full gold trim armor is always paired with this helmet. These guys love Gabriel's Wardens and are very passionate support players. If you could run Stalwart Banner, these guys would. Ganks with people like this are usually a good time as long as the rest of your team just isn't feeding revenge, because these guys are solid support picks. Now, I really doubt anyone's gonna get this reference, but you used to watch Jack of Wolfenheart videos. Yeah, you really liked his Lawbringer fashion, so you copied it. I did the exact same thing, actually. I put skulls in the helmet because it fits so perfectly, and you know what? I kinda miss him. He made good content, and then just kinda quit for honor like every other YouTuber did in the past without crossplay. I've never seen such a divide in Lawbringer mains until I saw this helmet. Half of them have nothing but good things to say about it, but the Rep 70s despise this helmet with a passion. If you like this helmet, it's probably because you have a history of fencing, and this helmet kind of reminds you of a fencer's helmet. You really want For Honor to add a fencing character to the game, but for now you hop into duels with this helmet on, and just kind of pretend like you are that character. This helmet's usually worn by Lawbringers confident in their defense, and only their defense. If a wall was a helmet, it would be this helmet. These guys are normally reaction time machines, but have no thought process when they're getting ganked. They're so used to parrying everything, they try to parry everything that's thrown at them, and they eventually just get guard broken from the side. These guys are hardcore complainers, and I think this helmet really shows the community that these Lawbringers still want Shove on Block to come back, because for some reason they thought that was a fair mechanic back in the old days. Yeah, this is Lawbringer's biggest war pig. Like, For Honor's original war pig. These guys think their fashion is immaculate, but it's just the full set with black iron and maybe some red color pattern. These guys act like the big dogs of the lobby. When they look at the leaderboard, they're probably somewhere near the bottom. These guys also love to run around and impale charge people off the point on high fort, begging their teammates to spam guard break to get a free kill. They think that since impale charge is quote unquote blockable, it's not as annoying as warlords doing the same thing. These guys run tier 4 bomb feet, throw it on the ground, and then instantly guard break you to confirm the damage and also get a heavy off as well. These guys are kind of just assholes. I run this helmet a lot. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, and I think a lot of you can agree that most of these helmets actually never truly do see the light of day. But I really did try to make something for each of them. I did miss a lot of these helmets, but since they really aren't used, I didn't want to repeat the "nobody used these" 10 times. Nevertheless, let me know who's next on the chopping block, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
You're right.